everyone, it's Lolo and Mommy Vlogs here, and welcome to my channel.
LoLoandMommyVlogs.
Don't mind the laundry over there.
LoLoandMommyVlogs.
This is our birth video. I hope to insert some
Yes, Mom.
photos at some point. So getting into my birth story, okay, so let's start by saying that I was like a week overdue, and by the end of that week I was so tired of waiting around. My husband has been working from home most of the week, so that week he pretty much stood home that whole week because we weren't sure when she was going to come. And by Friday I was just like, I'm done, let's get out of here. So we went, I think that Thursday we went, no, that Wednesday we went to the zoo, and then I had pulled a muscle, a sciatic muscle, and so walking was really hard for me. So we stood in Thursday, and then Friday we were gonna stay in, but I just couldn't take it anymore. And since it felt a little bit better, I was able to at least get into the car. We went and drove to this plaza where they had some stores, and we went to Whole Foods to buy a cake to sing happy birthday to her when she was born, but mostly for little London, just so it could be like a special day for her. And we also got her a big sister gift from the baby, so that made it like really special when she came home. So that was Friday. Then we got home really late from doing all those things. We got home around 10. Sorry. We got home around 10, and we went straight to sleep. That's late for us because London usually goes to bed around 8:30. So we put her right into the bed. I think she actually stood asleep from the bed. And we put her right. Yes, baby. Hello, Lex. Hello. She's in her princess dress. Yeah. So we put her straight into the car. She actually stood asleep when we put her in her bed, and we went straight to bed. The house was a mess. Like, it's a mess right now, which is why I'm on the opposite side of my living room. But it was a mess, and the whole week we were waiting for the baby to come. It was clean, the dishes were clean. I showered like every night just in case, and you know, this night we were just so tired of shopping that we just decided to go straight to bed, and we didn't even think about if she came or if she was gonna come. And then at 4 in the morning, I had this weird feeling, this weird feeling that I thought was like maybe I had to use the bathroom. Like, we went to this restaurant that we have never been to before, so maybe like something I ate. It was that kind of feeling. So I just went to the bathroom, and it kind of was that, but wasn't. So I was like, okay, I went to the bathroom. I know it's TMI. But and then I went back to bed, and I felt that same feeling again, but it was just like, no, it can't be that. I just went to the bathroom. It's just like this weird pressure feeling, and it was nothing like the way I felt it for London. You have to go use the bathroom? 1 second. Okay, I have no idea where I left off, but we're potty training, so I had to stop and help London out in the bathroom. So she gets a treat, right?
Poop.
Yes. We didn't want to include that in the video. Okay, relax. Okay. No, push your mama. Thank you. So I was feeling this weird pressure. I had never felt it in the spot that I was feeling it with London. Like, it was totally different. So I had no idea that, like, officially, like, okay, this is about to happen. So anyway, I went back to the bathroom, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling this pressure again, but it's weird because it's happening like it's fading. So I'm like, okay, let me download an app, a contraction app, just in case this is what it is, and let me time them. So I downloaded some app there, I don't know, that kind of alerts you on what to do depending on how your contractions are. So I set it up, and the first one said, start getting your hospital bag ready. And I'm like, okay, but I really didn't feel like it was it. I don't know, not in my head. I'm like, okay, well, I'm having a home birth, so I don't have to worry about that. I have more time. And since the last time I had 4 days before my daughter came, you know, I just thought it was going to take long. I don't know. So, they kept coming. Now I'm in the shower. Well, no, I went to my husband. He was sleeping, and I told him, I think I'm having contractions. I'm going to go shower. So I went to go shower, and I called my the app told me, okay, it's time for you to leave to the hospital now, because the contractions were like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, it went from 0 to 60 like in a matter of 10 minutes, I think. So I was in the shower, and I'm like, okay, this is what the app says. Now it's time to call my midwife. So I called my midwife, and she's like, well, guess why I'm already awake? And I'm like, why? She's like, I'm out of birth. I'm like, you're out of birth? Okay, well, I think I'm having contractions. And she's like, okay, I'm out of birth in Queens. The other mom was like already, I guess, about to give birth, so they had to kind of like gauge like when to leave her and whatnot. So this is where it gets confusing. So every midwife has like a backup midwife that's on call, and they have an assistant midwife with them, and they usually have like a doula, or the mom probably has hired a doula. So there's like a whole team. And I'm sure there's a backup for the backup. So they just have to play. They just had to play their cards right. And she told me, call me when anything changes. Well, first she told me, describe how you're feeling. When did it start? Did it wake you up out of your sleep? And I told her it definitely did. She told me, call me when anything changes. So I knew what she meant, because we dealt with this the last time. They just want to gauge if they have time to come or if they should come now, and they all really know just describing by you describing what's going on with your body and how you're feeling. You okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
So I told her how I was feeling. I told her that they seemed to be coming fast. So, and she was more worried because it's my second baby, so the second one's come faster. And she had warned me that I might not even get in the pool with the second one, and I really wanted to have a water birth. So as you know in my last video that I should have uploaded already, in the birth prep video, we have a pool. So my husband was already up. He started cleaning the house and washing the dishes. We left my daughter sleeping, and I went ahead into the room, and I found my hypnobirthing tracks that I had downloaded, and I put it in my ears, and I put in the first track. I think it was like preparing for contractions. So it wasn't even the track that you're supposed to use for birth. I just wanted to use the ones for contractions. Like, that was just my mindset. Like, let me get the track that's gonna help me through these contractions. So I put that on because it was hard to do. It's hard to play through your contractions when you don't have contractions. So I never played that one before. So for me, you know, it was a new track, and I was able to really like put my focus into what she was saying. So I personally think that the hypnobirthing did help me. I was able to go from, you know, mild contractions into active labor. And the minute I knew I was in active labor, because the minute this one contraction came so hard, I just threw my phone. I was like, you know, screw this hypnobirthing thing. I cannot focus on it anymore. Like, I literally threw it through my headphones. I'm done. I'm just gonna yell. Well, not even yell. It was like a loud, like, I guess like a moaning sound. But I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna do what my intuition is. But I was still able to keep in my mind, in the back of my mind, that and visualize what she was saying. So like visualize that my baby is coming down with every contraction instead of, you know, going against it or fighting against my pain. I was kind of literally visualizing the pain pulling her out, if that makes sense. So, and I actually had like the energy in between contractions to speak really quickly, and then I had to like go back into it. But so in between those, I was able to like rub my belly, like I was rubbing her and like imagining bringing her down. So I was like literally rubbing my belly downward, and I think that helped so much because it happened all so fast. And I really wish my husband was here to record this video because he would tell you his side of the story. But so on my side, while all that was happening, my daughter woke up to me at that point in labor. She woke up because she heard me, and she was very nervous, and she kind of wanted to cry, and she was asking me how I'm doing. And I was able to have that 1 minute in between contractions to tell her, I'm fine, don't worry about me. Go to Papi, go find him. He was in the living room, go find Papi. She was like kind of confused, but she like held her composure. She's very mature for her age. She like stopped, you know, held her tears back and was like, okay, and she went to go find her. And that's one thing I love about her. Like, she's very mature and like she can get with the program right away. So I was doing my thing in the room. My husband had no idea that I was about to push this baby out. So he was in the kitchen washing dishes because he's like a clean freak and was like, I cannot have the midwife over when the house is a mess and the dishes are like, they were piled up so high. And for those of you that know us, like, we do not let anyone see our house like that, like, at all. But having 2 kids or having 1 kid now, before, it's hard, like, and you get unexpected visitors, or like it's just hard to keep up because they're like little tornadoes. They go around the house and they just pull out everything without you realizing. So anyways, that's beside the point. So I told him at one point, figure out what we're doing with her. Call your cousins now because this is happening. Like, well, I didn't tell him this is happening because I feel like he would have gotten it. But I told him, I think you need to call your cousins now. So he called them and was figuring things out with them. And so I was pretty much this time around laboring by myself in the room. Because he closed the room. He didn't want her hearing me. His cousin came and he picked her up. It was already 6 something, 6:45. My husband knows all the timing. It was almost 7 o'clock, I think, and they came and picked her up. And he was moving so slowly. He thought he had all the time in the world. So he's like getting her bag ready, getting her ballet bag because she had ballet that morning and swim, getting her swim stuff. And he walks into the room and I'm like mid-contraction. I go, you need to move faster. Like, he was like moving so slow. So he like ran out of the room and he went to tell his cousin like what to do, where to take her and all this stuff. And they left. And you know, she kind of put up a fight because she's never really gone with his cousin before like that. So she kind of put up like a little argument there. Like, she really didn't want to go. Like, she was crying a little bit. So we finally convinced her to go, and my husband continues to wash dishes. And then I text him, come over here, come prep the bed now. Like, stop washing dishes, come prep. I think you should prep the bed. That's like the biggest priority right now. So he prepped the bed, and again, if you look back to my birth videos, I'm sorry, the birth prep video, do you know that we had those like tablecloth things? So that I told him to call the midwife and tell the midwife, or I had called her once or twice before that to let her know like the changes. I let her know like that moment when I dropped the phone, like I called her and I was like, there's a change. It's happening. I'm having more pressure, like, and it's happening fast, and I can't speak through them. That's when she was like, tell your husband to put in the address in your phone and text it to me now. Like, she didn't even let me finish talking. She hung up on me. So my husband texted her. She's eating what I told her not to eat. My husband texted her, and she had to get from the last birth, who thankfully the lady already had given birth, to me, like right away. So that's what she did. She drove right away, and so she got here in like 10 minutes, and I'm out of breath for some reason. And she got here in like 10 minutes, and then she walked through the doors. She left the car. I think she left her car double parked because she couldn't find parking. She came through the doors, told my husband, can you make me a coffee? Because she had been up since like 2 o'clock in the morning or some craziness like that. And it's now like 7 in the morning. So my husband's making coffee, and I don't even know if my husband came to check on me yet. I think at one point he had the nerve to come in when my daughter was here. He came in, he's like, can you yell into the pillow? I was like, no. In my head, I'm like, are you crazy? But I didn't tell him. I just looked at him like, seriously? Like, you're seriously asking me to yell into the pillow right now? No. So, that's for Nana. She passed by my room and saw like what situation I was in. She went and washed her hands, and she like had to run to put her gloves on because I told her, what did I say? I forgot what I was saying. But at that point, I was laying on my side with my legs like closed, kind of like curled up in like fetal position. And I had the bed for like dear life. I was holding onto the bed. And my midwife told me, okay, turn over. I'm like, no. I straight up was like, no, I'm not moving. Like, I got so serious with her. And my husband was like, oh, like, I'm sorry. Like, she's never gotten like that before. And she's like, okay, Christine, you have to move because you're not having your baby with your legs closed. And I'm like, I'm not moving. I can't move. There's no way I can move. I cannot move because I felt her head there already. It's like, how uncomfortable is that to like open your legs while like baby's like right there? But she's getting up now. So I told her no, and they couldn't convince me. And this is all in a matter of seconds. So she told my husband, okay, go get scissors. My husband's like, our scissors just broke like yesterday. Okay, go get a kitchen knife now. So he ran got a kitchen knife, and they both like sliced open my panties off from both sides. Or from one side, and then they finally got me to flip over, and they cut it off from the other side because I was about to have the baby like in my panties. So it was so funny. She was like, in all the years that I've been doing this, and I've been doing this for a very long time, I've never had to cut somebody's panties off, and I've never had to cut somebody's panties off with a kitchen knife. So we were laughing about it afterwards. So the minute I turned over like this and they got me into the right position, that's it. I started pushing, and she came out like in 2 or 3 pushes. And my husband wasn't even ready to like, he didn't know that she was coming out like at all. He had no idea. So my midwife kept telling my husband, oh, come sit next to me, come see your wife. And he was like, he thought she was just examining me, I guess, and checking out the baby and all this stuff. And the reason why they had to move me out of position was so that she could check the baby's heartbeat. Because if not, I think she would have not moved me. I think she would have left me in that position. But she had to check the baby's heartbeat because she wasn't here to be monitoring the babies. She wanted to make sure the baby was fine. The baby was fine. So, like the second push, I felt her like coming out, and apparently she came out in the sack. So she was covered in her sack all the way up to about here, my husband said. And then when she came out here, it's when it popped open. But he said he could see the baby's face in the sack with the water. and she looked kind of like when you're like if you have a pantyhose over your face like that, like squished up. So that's how she looked. But the midwife, I think this might have been the first birth like that for her. I'm not sure. I doubt it, because she's been doing this for over 20 years. But yeah, she said it was very special for that to happen. In a lot of cultures, they say that only kings are born in the sack. So I guess we have ourselves a little princess. We don't even know it. So yeah, so timing wise, my midwife got here 9 minutes before the baby came out. Like, if she would have been in traffic or would have still been looking for parking, my husband probably would have had to catch the baby, because and that's going to be a lot of people's question, because, you know, it's a home birth. Like, what do you mean your husband's going to catch the baby? Like, he's not experienced. But we actually had in our childbirth class, and this is why childbirth classes are actually good. They teach your husband more or less like what to do if you have to catch the baby in the car on your way to the hospital, if you have to catch the baby home, like what do you do, what do you need, and all that stuff. So I doubt that he would have remembered what to do, but he would have probably been on the phone with my midwife while it was happening, and then she would have arrived shortly after to care for the baby and all that stuff. So yes, I hope like I wasn't talking too fast. It's just really hard with a toddler. Like, she's semi-busy, but not really. And this one's about to wake up soon, so I just wanted to really get this birth story out there. I know it's a very long time. I feel like I left you guys right at the peak of it all, and so she's 7 weeks now, and we're kind of getting the hang of things now. Like, it's been really tough, which is why I haven't been updating my Instagram so much, and I haven't been uploading videos on YouTube. I've lost a few subscribers, but that's fine. I mean, because I really just want to do this for you guys, to share like my experience and hopefully help someone else along the line. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Sorry if this video was a little shaky, but I wanted to keep it like a vlog style. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Tasted the world, see more than enough. Its promise is fleeting. Of water and wine, I emptied the cup and found myself wanting. But there is a well that never runs dry. The water of life, the blood of the vine. 'Cause all I know is everything I have means nothing. Jesus, if you're not my worth, everything I need right now.
London, do you like Dakota or Gemma better?
Never have been. Oh, you, baby Coco, where are you?